Alright guys, so check it out. Before we even get started, I just want to give a little bit of a disclaimer. Today we're going to be talking about some pretty controversial topics. And I don't want anyone assuming that I am judging anyone for any choices they make, any opinions they may have. I am simply stating my thoughts on the matter. So with that being said, enjoy the video and let's start talking. So, got two comments, two separate people, so I'm just going to put both of them into one video and just talk about them together. The first one I want to talk about is the 21 Savage deportation topic going around right now. Apparently, the man was arrested for driving recklessly, and reports have said he was driving reckless, got stopped by the police, had a loaded Glock on him, which, you know, it's always a recipe for a good time, right? Crazy driving and loaded guns. Sounds like fun. Now, that grew into 21 being a man from the UK who is here illegally. And now that is where everything got interesting. My thoughts on the matter of immigration and deporting in general is just I love our country. I love all the opportunities that I've had, a lot of opportunities my family's had, that the country has, given us. The United States has given so much to a lot of people here. And it's not that I think everybody that's not from here needs to leave. Not that no one should be allowed. But I do know that there are processes which aren't easy. They're not quick, cut and dry. You sign a paper, pay a fee, and you're a citizen. It's a long process. But there are processes and ways put in place for people to come here the right way. And now when I say that I feel like people should come here the right way, I'm not only talking about our neighbors from the south. I mean from anywhere that requires a visa to come here, they should be treated the same way. So Canada, Mexico, I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, well, I know all the rules and all the laws on the subject. But if there are ways that you have to go to get here the right way and not have to look over your shoulder to see who's watching you, who's coming next, and who's going to send you back, you probably should find a way to do it. And now I know a lot of people who have came here from Mexico who have their green card, who have their citizenship, and I've talked to them about it, and a lot of them are pretty successful people here. A couple musicians, a lot of people I just work with in general. And, I respect them just as much as I respect someone who came here illegally. But the thing is, the fact that they took the time to do the process, to sit there, take the class, take whatever, I don't know if there's still a test and everything like that, but the fact that they did what they needed to do to come here the right way and stay here without the fear of being sent back, I applaud them for that. That's something I feel like is a necessity. And I know a lot of people are going to sit here and think, oh, it's really easy coming from the white guy, And now I understand when people are coming for salvation, they're coming to get out of the tyranny of where they're from and trying to live a better life. You have to realize that I think if you're trying to run away from something like that, I feel like you should take the steps necessary to not be sent back. If you really want to go somewhere where you're able to live a good life, you need to be able to take the time and do what you have to do to get here. Now, I'm not going to say anything negative about the people that came here the other way. Because, quite honestly, I know a few people like that too. And they're hardworking people. They make their money how they can. They have families. They take care of their people. And I respect that the same way. People's hustle is different. Some people make sure that they're staying. Some people focus more on getting there and then figure out what happens next. But I don't care who you are. I don't care what you are, what you do, whether you make $20 a day doing random over-the-table jobs because there's no paperwork that you could file that won't get you in trouble. Or if you're a rapper making millions and millions of dollars a year. You know, my thought is, if you're here illegally and they get caught, what is there to fight? People say, oh, they're trying to force him out of a country that he loves. If he loved it so much, he would make sure he could stay. But with that attention, you gotta also realize there's a lot of eyes on you. And sometimes it's the eyes of people you don't want seeing you. And if it comes up that you're not a citizen and your visa has been up, something could have been fixed. You know, something could have been finished, like a test, paperwork. It's a lot of time to get your citizenship. And again, I'm not saying that it's a quick, easy process. People have hearts, but there are laws, and laws are supposed to be followed. And that's the biggest selling point of the entire thing. If you don't follow the law, if you don't come here the legal way, the chances of you getting sent back are pretty good. So I wish the best for 21 Savage. You know, honestly, I hope they figure this out and get things going the right way. But until he's a citizen, or at least updates his visa, if they let him, the country's got to do what they got to do. It is just what it is. Now, the second thing I want to talk about, and now this one is the major reason for the disclaimer at the beginning. Second thing we're going to talk about is the late-term abortion law passed in New York earlier last month. Now, all my life, I've never been one to really try to give too much of my thought on the subject because I've always thought a certain way. I'm not the one having the child. I'm not the one carrying the baby for 9 months if it goes fully to term. I'm not the one having to go through the pains of labor and pains of everything. So I've always felt it's not my right to put a law on another woman's body. I've always believed that a woman has always had a right to choose what she would want to do with her body, if she would want to keep the child or want to get rid of the child. But over time, I've always believed that standpoint that I had was because I haven't seen a lot of babies in my circle. In my family, a lot of us, we're all older. You know, we haven't had any infants in the family in a long time. And now, the biggest change for me in my heart was when my fiance's cousin Bobby and Nora Mora had their child Araya. And honestly, seeing her the day she was born in the hospital room, holding her, it melted my heart. You know, I haven't legitimately held a baby, especially the day it was born, in my life. And holding her, I just thought, how can someone decide not to have one of these? And now I get it. A lot of people, it's just not for them. But there's certain parts of everything that I get very, very off-put by the subject, 24 weeks, like I said, 6 months into a pregnancy is a very long time. But the viability of the fetus, it's like, okay, I can understand if a woman, her life is in danger because of the child. If she's gonna die because of this baby, I feel like it's okay. It's gonna sting knowing that she had to give it up. But on the other hand, I feel like it's kind of hard to really get rid of a child at that stage. Early on, I feel like it's still weird, but it's more understandable for me. Early on, 1, maybe 2 months, max 3, okay, I still understand. But passing that first 3 months, that's when it starts to feel kind of weird. In my heart, in my thoughts, in my opinions. I don't think that there should be laws on someone's life like that. I don't think government should have a say in what a woman chooses to do with her body. I have never thought that government should have a say. So really the fact that they're even passing laws on whether they should or should not be allowed to have an abortion, I've never liked it. I've never, felt good about the fact that we had the abortion laws. Now, sometimes I feel like adoption should be the only choice. And I'm back and forth on this. It's kind of difficult for me. But I don't want to get too in depth on my thoughts and opinions. I want to give you guys an idea of what I think and how I feel about it and spark a conversation. I want you guys to let me know what you think and let me know what you feel about both topics, really. Let me know what you think about 21. Should he should be here or send him back? Personally, I think he should take his steps and, get his citizenship so he could stay. Never been a huge 21 Savage fan, but I'm not looking at it as a fan standpoint. I'm looking at it as a citizen standpoint of people come here the right way, and I feel like everyone should come here the right way, regardless of your profession or your occupation or your hobbies. Everyone should come here the right way. And also tell me what you guys think about the abortion laws. I don't feel like there should be laws on anything like that. I feel like that should be 100% the mother's choice. We may or may not like their choice, but it is their choice to make. Everyone has their choice to make in their own life. Should you really be judged because of what you want? Maybe the timing's not right. Maybe it was an attack that caused you to have the pregnancy. Maybe it was a lapse of judgment. No one can 100% say what caused it all with a person. So I don't feel like it's anyone else's place but the mother's. So I'm going to leave you guys with that. Go ahead and leave a comment. Tell me what you think. Whether you want to cuss me out, give me a topic, agree with me. It's up to you guys. Go ahead and subscribe. Share it. Tell everyone. Tell your mom, your grandma, your siblings. Tell your dad. I mean, he ain't having no babies, but he may still have an idea. Alright, guys. I'll see you guys later.